My natural state of knowing this. Thank you.
Whenever the wife is repeating something back to me that I said, she goes, "Oh, no, that's too good," you know. And so I started doing the same thing to her, but I used Cartman's voice. Every time. And
Marriage sounds like a blast.
it really is. It's so much fun.
I can't. That sounds exciting. Very exciting.
It is.
Can't wait to live happily ever after.
Yeah, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. That's
okay. Let's get focused.
all right. Hello, y'all. I'm Larry. This is Justin Carter, and we're here at Carter's Country. Today, we're going to talk about a new pistol coming out from Taurus, the G3 Tactical. You know, Taurus has really hit a home run with the G series, the 2, the 3, the 4. I mean, they've just found a winning format and they're sticking with it.
Yeah.
Now they're adding a little bit to it with the Tactical series. If you've bought a Taurus before, you're going to be kind of surprised at the packaging here.
This was the most amazing thing to see when we pulled out of the box.
They really kind of stepped out of their normal identity and set up some really nice packaging here. Go ahead and let's unbox this thing and kind of look at everything that's included.
Pretty amazing what all we've got. Obviously, we've got the gun. You get 2 extra 17-round magazines, the entire OSP set, so you can get any of your extra optics taken care of with it.
Yeah, they give you 4 different plates, so basically any footprint, just about any optic, just with the screws and the plates provided, making it user-friendly from an optic standpoint, I think.
Then we've got, let's see, we've got a standard lock, and then they gave us an extra barrel spring.
Yeah, you got the spring and guide rod, and what they did with this is the Tactical. It's the first ever factory threaded barrel from Taurus. Depending on which suppressor you get on there, sometimes you need to alter a spring a little bit.
Yeah.
The downside of that is then you alter it to work with a suppressor. Now you've already permanently altered the spring. This is really, really cool of Taurus to give you a separate spring. So basically any suppressor you put on there, between the spring that's in it and this spring here, you haven't permanently altered the spring if you go back to non-suppressed. So really a cool job from Taurus on that. To my knowledge, it's the first one that I've heard that's doing that. And that really makes this thing stand out to me, even more so than the 4 plates.
Well, I mean, just a lot of extras for a gun and a traditional manufacturer that doesn't usually come with a lot of extras.
Right.
I mean, over the past couple of years, we've actually were able to have a lot of Tauruses in the stores because they've maintained production levels at almost near capacity all the time.
Right.
But to see a gun that they came out with that has all the extras was really, really impressive in my opinion.
You know, Taurus basically their market niche is a good, reliable gun at a fantastic price point. Despite the extra, spring and guide rod, 2 extra magazines, the 4 plate, this thing is still, I think the MSRP is about $580 something. So you're still going to be able to get this gun at around $500 or less. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few things here. Obviously the magazine, we're empty here, so it's got a good fit, just like the G3. You got a nice beaver tail back there. You got a nice high grip on the gun, accessory rail. You've got your higher sights. Even when you put your optic on it, you've still co-witness. You've got the iron sights if you need to fall back to that. They just got a lot of things right there. Your mag release is here. It can be reversed, put on this side if you're a left-handed shooter. They just packaged a lot of really neat stuff in there, and it's a great-looking gun.
I've always liked their guns because when you hold them and when you're shooting them, they seem to fit. Sometimes a gun fit we talk about that a lot. Right?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And it's amazing that their guns tend to fit my hands very well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the size of my hands, which we've talked about a lot here too, or if it's just the fact that it's just kind of a more universal setup.
Right.
But every single time I grab one of their guns, it always seems to fit my hand pretty well.
Yeah, and that's not always the case. I mean, you find brands. It's just like shoes or anything else. You find brands that you go, okay, this is made for me. And Taurus has a very good universal fit and feel to it. Nice texturing on the sides, front and back. There's just a lot you can do with this gun, or you can leave it just like it is. Either way, you've got a reliable, dependable gun. It's the right size. You can conceal carry. You can go spend all day at the range shooting it without punishing yourself with it.
Yeah.
They knew they got the G3 right. The sales told them that. The reviews, the sales, when they decided to go tactical, they just stayed with what worked and just made it better or made it more, more accessory friendly.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to reinvent the wheel. There was no need to do that. Another thing that this gun has that I think is not only, it's a feature that could be a huge tactical advantage, but I think it's also a good safety thing. And that is, you take a look at the trigger here. Now you do have some creep on it before you get to the brake, but the brake is crisp and clean.
Yeah.
The thing about it, you have restrike capability. So if you've ever spent much time shooting, you'll have that, you're sending rounds downrange and you click and nothing. The gun doesn't go off. You can look and you see that the primer was struck, but it's got the little dent in it, but for whatever reason it didn't go off. Now if you're at a range and that happens, then you're having to, get that round out, mess with the gun, do a lot of things with it other than shoot it.
Yeah.
Depending on, your proficiency with guns, that's not the ideal, safest thing in the world to pull a round that's already been struck, but not discharged out of, out of the pistol and everything. Anyway, the restrike capability means you fire the gun, you hear that hit, nothing happens, you can just pull the trigger again. There's no resetting the slide, there's no doing anything else. And oftentimes, if you've ever had one of those, it hits, round doesn't go off, you put the round back in, fire it again, and it'll go off. Yeah. That more often than not will happen. That second strike will do it. Well, on this, you just squeeze the trigger again, and you're going to go ahead and send the round down range. From a shooting standpoint, if you're just out at range, that's a convenience deal. And like I said, it increases the safety because you're doing less functionality with the gun while it's a live range. But in a tactical situation, that's priceless.
It's huge.
Yeah, no, that's where it really matters, right?
That's the most important part.
Yeah,
of it, is the moment you need it.
Yeah, you're in a tactical situation, defending your home, whatever. Want to discharge around, it doesn't go off. You just stay on target, pull the trigger again, and now you've got a successful round go off. So yeah, from a tactical standpoint, I think that's a really, really big feature. It's not anything fancy. It's nothing you can look at a gun and tell it has, but the Taurus G3 Tactical does have restrike capability, and I think that's big.
The name fits it very well. I think they took every bit of the tactical name and they, have put it into that gun. And I'm hopeful that we can shoot one in the coming weeks or months and maybe give a little insight on that when it comes in. Yeah,
when the time comes, we will be able to shoot this. And honestly, I almost hope a round fails so I can try that restrike.
Can we make it happen? Is that possible?
Can we make that happen? It's one of the things that will never happen when you want it to.
No.
But it is, to me, a really outstanding feature. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed this brief look at the Taurus G3 Tactical. Please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, give us comments on what you thought about the video, what you think about the gun, comment about other videos you would like to see us do, and we'll do our best to make that happen for you. And remember, if you've ever shopped, shot, or hunted with us, you're already a part of the Carter's Country family. Until next time, adios.
We're trying to...
I started doing that now, after the...
Well, whenever we get the adios right the first time, that's a little celebration thing.
We're trying to add humor in the middle of these things.
That's right.
Where it's going to get better. Right now it's a little rough.
I mean, guns are inherently funny, right? It's a hilarious topic anyway, so we're just trying to add a little more humor to it. That was sarcasm. I don't know if you need to put that at the bottom of the screen. I was being sarcastic.